Yo, what is going on, guys? Flux here, coming at you guys today with another YouTube video. What you guys are going to be seeing today is another very exciting topic that we have to talk about today that's involving Black Ops 3. So let's get this game loaded up, and then we're going to hop into a little bit of a discussion going and talking about what went on earlier today. Good thing this match just started. So we're going to talk about what went on today. So if you guys didn't know, Gamescom took place, well, at least part of it, I think, was going on today. One of the games, obviously, that was featured there was Black Ops 3. So we saw out of a lot of different interesting stuff go on at Gamescom. We saw a lot of different pro players were flown out to this event in order to test the game out. I'm going to mute everybody because I don't want to be interrupted by teammates. So we didn't want oh my gosh, where am I going with this? We had a number of different pro players that were flown out to Germany, which is where Gamescom was being held, and they got to test the game out for the first time and really see what it was all about. So a number of different notable pro players that were flown out. There's players like Merc, Sensor. I'm trying to think who else. TP. Tommy, who was a EU player, but he's pretty well known. Just a lot of different well-known professional players were flown out there to test the game out for the first time and see, just so that David and the rest of the Black Ops 3 Treyarch staff could get a better idea of what the players thought about the game and just what their overall first impressions were of it and what things they would think they would need to be fixed, etc., etc., etc. So a number of different new things that we saw out of Treyarch going into Black Ops 3. One of the features that we saw is a thing called the Protect/Ban feature. This feature is something that will be allowed only in competitive play that is going to take place before matches begin. So there's going to be a period of time before a match starts where each team is going to vote, or I guess each person is going to choose something that they want to ban or that they want to keep in that specific match. So, for example, let's say you were using the gun that I think it's called the M8A4 is what it's called, sort of similar to the M8A1 that we saw back in Black Ops 2. But basically what it is if somebody wants to protect that, they can click protect if they're one of the first people voting, and therefore that gun will be locked in basically, and it'll be something that you're allowed to choose from to use in that next match. For otherwise, for example, someone could, if they were up first for voting, they could say we want to ban the M8A4 and therefore we don't use that gun, and then it's banned for that match. So that's really something that helps add a little bit more strategy, I guess you'd say, into the game. It's definitely going to add a new element that we have not seen in Call of Duty before. It's going to involve a lot more teamwork and decision making on what the other team's strengths and weaknesses are and what you guys really need to ban. And in what order they want to ban it, so that nothing gets protected that you don't want to have protected, obviously. So it's just gonna add it's gonna be a lot more interesting to see what things are chosen to be protected and banned. It'll force players, I should say, to have a larger variety of guns that they use and get used to, because if something gets banned, obviously they're going to have to get used to using something else. So it's going to make the game a lot harder, but at the same time going to make it a lot more interesting and fair for both teams, so they're not getting hosted by a certain gun. So the second thing we saw also was the same thing, is that you can also ban attachments, or not attachment, I think it's score streaks and lethals, tacticals, etc., etc., which is really neat. And then you're going to also get a period of time where you get to create your class. There's going to be a period of time where you're going to get to set your score streaks. And then there's also a new thing. It's sort of similar. I like to refer. I say it's similar to Destiny. If you guys remember what Destiny had, you get to choose a loadout where you get a specialty if you got a certain amount of points or kills. So you get that fire pistol or whatever it was called. You guys know what I'm talking about. That you would use, that you could get to use if you reached a certain amount of kills or a certain point in the match, which I thought was really, really neat. So you're going to get to do the same thing in Black Ops 3. They're going to have certain basic loadouts that you're going to be able to pick prior to the match start that you can use. It's going to be unique to each player. No two players are going to be allowed to use the same specialty, um, special ability for their character. It's only going to be allowed one per person, so you're going to have to pick something completely different than the person next to you. It won't be allowed for somebody to have the same thing as the next person. So that's also going to allow more strategy into the game. You're going to have to get used to a number of different abilities and using certain different tools, etc., going into each match, which is going to be really neat. So yeah, that's really all I want to talk to you guys about. There's just a lot of really interesting and unique things that happen to Gamescom. We're going to see a lot of new features that are built into Black Ops 3, which I think are going to add a whole new feature to the competitive level. And then also the biggest thing that we saw, obviously, is that competitive is going to be switching over to the PlayStation 4. Xbox One is over. Competitive and first DLC release are going to go to the PlayStation. So that's going to add a whole new element of interest into the Black Ops 3. So that's all I got for you guys. If you guys did enjoy the video, please remember to drop a like if you did. Really helps. Also, please remember to subscribe. I'm trying to get the sub count up more. If you guys want me to keep doing stuff like this along the articles that I've been writing and making these videos talking about stuff, then please remember to sub and like the video. If you guys got any suggestions on what else you would like to see, please leave it in the comments below. I'll make sure to get back to you guys. And as always, this has been Flux. I'll see you guys in the battlefield. And remember, just fam. Peace out, guys.